Hello everyone, MFPallytime here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3. What you are seeing right now is a good chunk of the eastern side of the biggest continent in the game, and it is almost exclusively owned by Grimgore. We may be ending our campaign today if things go well. We only need to take 9 more settlements, occupy, loot, raise, or sack. 9 more settlements, and then we are done. However, something has happened that might be a small roadblock on that path. Top Knot has re-rallied an army, and they are currently fighting our very good friends, our military allies, the Crooked Moon on the western mountains from our desert. Meanwhile, Skaven have been swarming the southern end of the Badlands, and it's not going well. There is at least 4 marching armies all within the screen right now, somewhere, moving around and taking territory from me. Luckily, they are about to hit Nurgle pretty hard, and he is at war with them as well. But we've been desperately trying to rally the troops from the eastern conflict that has mostly been resolved back towards the desert where we need them. And that being said, Ardafulatif is just 1 turn away finally from being there. Argor moves into the desert, and Zok Spiderkiller is going to underway over there as well. So, what was looking completely uncontrollable, now, all of a sudden, our greenskin armies might be a-okay. Now, Clan Moors and Clan Rictus are causing troubles for us here. Grimgore is on the march to resolve as much of this as he can. As he runs into the gates of Zar, the garrison units stand absolutely no chance, and we are retaking that. Now, also, over in the western side, the Wood Elves, these guys, what is their faction called? The Wargrove of Woe, has been moving back into my mountain range. This is north of where the Crooked Moon is mostly settled, and I don't have any units in this area at all. So one thing we might want to try is just moving Grimgore back over to the west. Where did I leave him? Moving Grimgore back over to the west and potentially underwaying this way. That way we could help defeat Top Knot and start to retake some of our territory here as well. The Empire actually retook Zufbar right under the nose of Vlad. Ugh. Unbelievable. Well, that's our situation we're in right now. If you guys enjoyed this series, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button. This may be the very last episode for Grimgore, if not getting pretty close to it. Look how much progress we've made on just this. That's actually crazy. Our WA ended, I believe, 2 turns ago, maybe, and we already almost have another one ready to rip. I mean, I guess that's just kind of the respect that Grimgore earned around here. Ugrock is in a pretty good spot here. Clan Moors is south of him. Like I said, there's a bunch hidden around here in the deserts. However, Clan Rictus looks like they're still trying to take some territory away. So I'm going to march him as far northwest as he can go. His army should be able to topple anything that Clan Rictus has pretty easily. And if they flee, I believe they only have 2 settlements left, which would be these 2 right here. Wow, we've actually done a really good job of mopping up these rats. We're going to have Grizguts march southwest as well, kind of hang out between Darkhold and the Black Forest. That way, if any rats do start to work their way this way, we can pop this guy in ambush stance for next turn. And he has a really strong army, actually. Grizguts is not to be trifled with right now. Another thing we were working on is up on the northern border, we have some more Skaven troubles. This is Clan Ferric. They've been reaching out every turn trying to get a peace treaty, and I do not want them to have it. Uglok, adorable, doesn't have the best army I've ever seen. Maybe we could in-camp recruit something over relatively quickly if we have the funds for it. At the very least, you could use some Black Orcs, but that's going to take 4 turns and way more money than what I have now. At least 1 outpost must be constructed for allied recruitment. Why can't this guy get Regiment of Renown recruitment? I don't quite understand that. I don't think Clan Ferric was very strong. let's check in and see how they're feeling. Maybe this could be valiant defeat. Do we believe it, though? These are just spear infantry. We might as well take a look at it, right? Why not? All right, boys. On the northeastern corner, we have our swords and shields, our orc archers, and one set of Doom Diver catapults tucked into the corner. Their goal is going to be to shoot down this tower, maybe even open up the gate so our army can move in to the city. More importantly, I want them to draw, hopefully, a decent amount of attention away, because we have a secondary army, once again tucked here into the corner, that has our leader in it, has all of our Black Orc units in it, and has some Goblin Fanatics for some ranged flair that are going to be pushing in to a southern entrance. This place only has one tower defending it, so it shouldn't be that hard to break down. And I'm hoping that the Doom Diver catapults will provide us with quite a lot of cover fire once we actually break into the city. So let's get things underway. They're just going to shoot right away, and we're going to do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, like 17 units on this side, as well as the enemy leader taking up roost on the northeastern corner. Now, we are slightly in range of this tower, so I am going to move that unit forward and just try to get them out of the way. Everything else should be holding. Meanwhile, on the other front, the Doom Divers have taken aim at the towers already. The goblins are flying forward, and with any luck, this tower will not stand for very long. And more importantly, they've only sent a few measly units to actually stop our push over here, while it looks like the majority of the bulk of the army is elsewhere. We do have some summons coming in. Let's just make sure these are taken care of before anyone takes too much damage. And then, of course, check in on our other army as well. It is going to take a little while for a single catapult to get this tower down, but you can see it's already half health. It's actually doing pretty well. Those reinforcements were killed, so I'm going to go ahead and use this as my opportunity, I think, to start to move forward. That was the last of the Doom Diver shots we needed to gain access to the city. And I'm going to make sure these Doom Divers move up with us as well, so they're not just abandoned here, left to die to summoned rats. The towers on this side are still holding, it looks like, but maybe like 3 more volleys will get it down. A lot of this army doesn't seem super responsive, but they have some really expensive units over here, like these rattling guns. And it looks like the leader may have caught wind that something was afoot and is moving towards Uglok the Orobo. Looks like those summoned units re-rallied, which is kind of frustrating. They're right next to our Black Orcs. That shouldn't have really been an issue at all, but here we are. Missile infantry is up on the wall here, so rather than getting too close, let's make sure these guys get cleared out. And then I'm just going to set up these Doom Divers here, and they can shoot at those missile guys, get them off the wall for our advance. Meanwhile, on the other side, we checked in just in time to watch that catapult fall over. Can we do the same thing to... Nope, it's not letting me select it. All right, they're just going to continue to shoot until these guys are mostly off the wall. I'm totally fine if this fight takes a while. I want it to go well. We're supposed to lose it anyway, so if it does go well, that's a big, big bonus. New summoned in rats have spawned in behind us. I'm going to get my leader back there just to make sure that they have a leadership bonus and they don't want to run away. They are taking a bit of a beating, but it's really not that bad. We are seeing a lot of the units inside of the castle itself start to shift around. Many of the melee units, as well as the rattlings, are moving towards Uglok rather than holding this spot down. That kind of makes me think that we should hurry. Why did you stop advancing? Oh, no, you're good. I'm going to get our Black Orcs on the door. I'm going to send in the archers to just shoot at anyone that shoots at them, and maybe that will be enough for them to breach. Meanwhile, we are doing some pretty good damage to any units that decide to hang out here. Some reinforcements are being summoned in, but we have units ready for that. Go attack, and then line back up. Way too complicated for orcs. I got you. I got you. One step at a time. We have broken the summoned opposition over here. The Doom Divers have not cleared the wall, however. Let's keep them shooting. Black Orcs are about to hit the door, and it looks like the enemy leader is pretty close over here as well, anticipating our approach. Doom Divers continuing to fall. I'm really surprised they're leaving anyone on the walls at this point, but actually, look at this. The plan is working. They don't know where to defend. They're already walking away. So we are going to select all these swords and boards, have them line up right here. Behind them is going to be our archers, which are going to line up right here. And the Doom Diver will continue to support them as they approach. I'm actually going to have them start shooting the door on the northeastern side. We do have another summoned in unit by the looks of things, though. Swords and boards should be able to take that down and then meet up with the rest of the group. Black Orcs have made it to the entrance. These archers are confused and trying to hit the door as well. I hope they stop that pretty soon. We're just going to send our army in. Wait. Why is the flag there, but all of the units are up here? I feel like I'm having weird issues in the game today. Can you guys shoot over the wall, or do you need to enter? Both can be accommodated for, just for the record. Once these Black Orcs get a few more swings in, this door is going to be busted off the hinges, and we'll be able to attack no problem. A lot of the defending units here seem to mostly have fled. Doom Divers are hitting pretty hard. We once again have summoned units coming in. Let's make sure that they are dealt with. We are in range of these catapults, so we are going to need to do something about that. I'm going to have some units start to climb these walls and hopefully just retake that over on the left side. Although this doesn't show that it's claimed, I am kind of confused why we were being shot by it if it's not in their possession. We have opened the gate. No, one more barrage will do it. Please don't shoot it at our leader. Please don't do that. I'm going to need you guys to not make our lives any harder, please. Shoot that way. Once this door gets broken down, I don't think we'll have any issues pushing through these guys at all. It's just a bunch of melee rats. That's not actually that big of a deal. Our ladders have docked on the wall. That means these guys are starting to climb here, which is perfect. And there's really not a lot of opposition stopping them, to be honest. Door is about to fall from a single Doom Diver. Next barrage does it. We're already claiming the walls as well, starting to, slowly but surely. Our archers really need to advance. Let me go ahead and pause this one more time. I'm taking this fight really seriously. It's not like necessary for our campaign to win this. We'll be able to take other stuff, no problem. But we're not supposed to win this, so I need to make sure it goes relatively okay. We are going to send some swords and boards through the main door while the others climb the wall. Meanwhile, this door here has been broken down, and we're going to send our boys straight in. I want them literally just charging and taking up space here in the middle. Then we can divide and conquer. In fact, I'm going to send my leader onto these units that are already getting hit by the Doom Divers. That may be enough shock value to get them to break almost immediately. As our Black Orcs enter, I'm just going to split these guys up so they're attacking different targets. And then if the Fanatic can get on the wall, I think that would be excellent. Meanwhile, on the northeastern side, we are starting to see some resistance here. Units still continuing to move forward. We don't have great... Oh, rattling guns taking up the right side. We're going to need to get catapults on that immediately, and they are moving that way. Meanwhile, let's get the rest of our army moving up towards the door so our swords and boards aren't just taking damage. I'm also going to have our melee units kind of move over to the right to deal as much damage as they can. These rattling gunners are a very expensive unit if memory serves, and I'm not super excited that they're all firing at me, but they might be in range of our Doom Divers. Yes, indeed, we're seeing some volleys heading over now, and those volleys should be enough to get them to rethink their current position. At least, I hope that will be enough. Our swords and boards not doing too great on the inside. They don't have enough support. Archers are starting to get into position. I'll get these guys up on the wall if I can. Get these guys inside. And then everyone else that isn't currently moving, I just want them lined up and shooting in. We got to make sure we keep damage up on those ratlings, though. Meanwhile, this is going pretty well. Black orcs are pushing into the city. Fanatics are dealing damage, and the enemy leader has come to see us. Let's make sure we use a WA for exactly that. I'm also going to have all of the black orcs on this side focus this hero down, while my leader runs in to flank these melee units in the back, and that should, once he breaks away, be enough to get them moving. Meanwhile, our Doom Divers are advancing into the city. I guess maybe they just don't have line of sight here. That's kind of scary. I'm going to plow into the back of these guys, check in on our friends on the other side. It looks like we do have a bit of a roadblock here at the front gates. And our archers are having some trouble getting damage in by the looks of things. I would love for you guys all to get up on the wall if you can. You guys get down into the city now that you've already climbed up, please. And if we could start dealing damage behind these guys that are stuck in the doorway, that would be really, really good. However, if we are just plugging this up, I'll send in more units to try to do that. I bet these Ratling guns have gotten quite a few kills. They're out of range of my main units there that can deal damage. Looks like the leader didn't like being surrounded. He's already repositioning. More Ratling gunners are approaching from this direction, which is actually terrifying. I do need you guys to focus up and actually start to land some shots on the guns. Okay, the only workaround for this is going to be to move my lord very quickly forward. Make sure our black orcs are continuing to chop into everything that they can. I'm going to continue to spam click this guy until he moves the way I want him to. And we basically just have to run him directly at this if we want it to do anything. Our cannons are currently trying to get inside of the city to set up, which is less than ideal, but our black orcs on the right side are actually dealing really good damage to the enemy leader. I'm going to have these archers move down and hit him in the side as well. Meanwhile, we are taking the wall over here, archers doing their job, and it looks like we are indeed pushing back a lot of the opposition here on the other side. Our orcs aren't too crazy about getting up that wall in record speed or anything, but hopefully they'll do it soon. One good thing about me standing right here, using the other units for cover, is the fact that Ratling guns need line of sight. So he may not shoot into me just based on that. Now, we are taking a lot of damage being here and fighting those guys, but it's way less damage than what the Ratling gunners would be doing. We're finally in position to deal damage as the enemy lord gets a taste of my fanatics going in and hitting him hard. If we kill him now, that's going to be a huge boon, and it looks like the damage from the wall is going to do it. Okay, perfect. Now continue to advance here. Assist your leader. You guys are doing great. I don't know what these catapults are doing at all. Please shoot over there. What are you doing? Please shoot over there. Meanwhile, we really have taken this from the enemy. I'm going to get a Doom Diver set up inside the wall and make sure these units here are looking a-okay. We're just going to have them spread out a little bit. Looks like a lot of the opposition has continued up the path there, so instead of moving my catapult up, I'm just going to set them on that. If we can form a wall here, we might be able to keep the opposition back. The Black Orcs are taking a beating, but they are winning. The Fanatics doing great damage from the side as well. And as many of these units start to break, we're really going to have to chase after them because we don't want to give those Ratlings another chance to shoot us. There we go. Doom Divers finally doing their job. What are you aiming at? What are you aiming at? Hit the gunners. With the leader dead, that's going to be a big boost for us. And we actually have a pretty good wall to hold back everything that's happening here. Good artillery shots from the outside coming in. Archers up on the wall and swords and boards in position ready to defend. This is actually looking like a really good hold here now that we have taken the wall. I'm very pleased with that. If we can get these Ratlings down, we'll be fine over here as well. And we are seeing those Doom Divers landing some devastating blows on them. Our Black Orcs are holding pretty well. It seems like we've mostly roadblocked the enemy at this moment. The Ratlings are trying to run away. I'm going to move the Black Orcs back and to the left. And then I'm just going to charge down this side, hopefully, with my leader and just ram into those ratlings. If he doesn't get intercepted, he should be able to do it. And a lot of these units are simply running away. Doom Divers landing again might break them before I get there. Yes, indeed. We have taken both entrances. And it's a victory. Oh, bro. When will the Skaven learn? When will they learn? I think the fact that we were able to kill that leader, they weren't able to really come back from that point. Can anyone tell me why this flag is stuck back here? There's not even a unit here. Hello? Take that back. Take it back. Clan Ferric once again taking a huge blow. We're going to loot and occupy for the casualty replenishment. Also, I needed a little bit of money, and that's going to be enough to cause another WA. Now, it's very likely that our campaign will be over before this WA is over, just to be clear. But we should pick a target. My target is going to be Clan Ferric. Is that their capital right there? No way that's their capital right there. That's the sump pit. They've taken this from me. I'm not sure where their capital is, and we may not be able to do this, but I'm going to try. And with that, turn 96 is over. Now we are just 8 settlements away from victory. Clan Richt is still residing in this desert here. Argor is in position to help, potentially. We also see Clan Richt is moving for Darkhold at the moment. Ugrok was in pursuit of these guys, but they're actually moving a little further out of my range than I was hoping. Let's get Grizguts back towards... Man, even that's hard to move to. And I can't even underway there. I wanted to try to hold the Darkhold if possible. So I'm gonna march and just be in the way of these guys. Meanwhile, Grimgore is going to march west, heading for Mount Silverspear. Zoc Spiderkiller is going to do the same thing, marching west, but his goal is to take over the Tower of Gorgoth. Now, that might be difficult. We don't know how many rats Clan Rictus really has in the area. So I am going to send some assistance up towards Zoc. Argor is going to join him. These guys have done a lot of fighting together, so makes sense to keep them together to me. Getting across this river is a little difficult. But since Festus has been a good friend, I'm going to try to assist him in any way I can. Looks like Clan Moore's rampage is going to continue, this time taking the fight to Ruin's End. Perhaps Artifull-a-Teeth will be able to intercept some of that aggression. Lord knows Kugath doesn't have any plans. Kugath's just sitting up here with his friends, not doing anything. I'm going to have Ugrok move down towards Grizguts and just kind of have them be around Clan Rictus. I'm hoping just our presence alone will be enough for them not to want to attack. Next turn, maybe the turn after, Grimgore can start to take a lot of territory away, and Clan Rictus should be on their last leg. Up north, Uglok's not going to have a lot of time to rest. He's immediately marching towards the Pillar of Skulls. To my knowledge, this is the last settlement belonging to Clan Ferric. In between turns, we saw one rat desperately trying to be anywhere else than the Pillars of Skulls. Unfortunately, they will have nowhere else to run, as that was their final settlement. I'm going to loot and occupy. Just break down their ruins even more. These wood elves are moving into the mountains like crazy, taking more and more territory with each passing turn. I cannot allow that to continue. We're going to have to try to push them back. However, we do not have an army in range to do it right now. Grimgore might be able to over the next few turns. It looks like I'm going to have to because Topknot's still over there. Man, Topknot, I love killing Topknot. It's actually so nice that they came back to see us before the end. Zoc Spiderkiller and Argor are going to move up pretty close to this building. Here, let me rotate the map for you as well. This always messes up my orientation, so I try not to do it, but this particular settlement is kind of hard to see. Now, with Zok, we should be able to move right up to it. Argor is going to be the reinforcing army. And to my knowledge, yes, just settlement garrison here. We have one Clan Rictus army. I'm going to loot it again. We have one Clan Rictus army moving around to the south of us that Trab is controlling, and that's the only one that I can see. Grimgore should be encircling their capital next turn, so they are not doing well. It does look like Clan Moors took Ruin's End away from Nurgle. I don't even know if this is worth my time trying to solve for him. I'm going to do encamp stance. I shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that. We're not trying to steal. We're not trying to steal from Nurgle. If I cross the bridge, is it okay? I think it is. But I may not be able to switch stances now. Oh, no, we're good. Not stealing anything. Maybe they just broke it down and left. But encampment stance is going to give me a little more security. There's one strong army here, and then this one is actually pretty sparse. But they could have another one sitting inside of Ruin's End. So if Artifulatif gets jumped here, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. I'll try to send some armies down to help. Unfortunately, I can't underway through this mountain with Grizzguts. We'll keep Urgot on the chase, going after Trab, just making sure he doesn't get into too much trouble. And then Grimgore will hopefully be able to just completely stomp out the faction like it's nothing. Bro, we have 5 armies. More than that, we have 6 armies all together marching towards Clan Moors right now. I hope they're ready for that. Uh-oh. Clan Moors walked right in range, and that's because they have more reinforcements on the way. That's a valiant defeat. But, to be honest, I think we're still going to take this fight. I'm not going to lie to you. This will not be pretty. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath. But if we can get in range, we might be okay. If our catapults can do a decent number on these guys. A lot of melee units. There are some rattlings in the back that we're going to have to single out. They also have some flamethrowers we're going to have to do some damage to. Their catapult setting up in the back does worry me a little bit, but our WA has arrived as well. And here's the plan. I'm going to send them downhill to the left, and we're just going to try to squeeze these guys together in the middle and hopefully overcome the opposition. We might get to a point here where they start to push out against us, and remember, they have one more army that's going to be here in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So we really need to do as much damage as possible here. We do have reinforcements coming out of the ground towards us. They should die off pretty quick, hopefully, once our army turns around. Although those archers are already taking a lot of damage, that didn't take any time at all. Where are our catapults? What's that looking like? Starting to do some damage to some melee units. I mean, that's fine and good. Let's make sure we focus on the ones that are actually scary, though. Our secondary army is starting to move downhill. It is going to be a bit further of a run than I anticipated. They're just kind of regrouping at the moment, which gives me every advantage I need to just continue to stay here. We can just form up this line again, and it's like nothing even happened. I would love to put like a moon spell down on the reinforcements right when they get here. I think that could be pretty devastating, but we simply we're not in position for that, to be honest. Are you guys off of your weapon? Get back on it. Oh, they're currently preoccupied, I see. They keep spawning these guys directly in on top of my units, and they don't even get a chance to fight back. It's kind of cheap. Kind of cheap. We have some mounted infantry. I'm just going to have them go up to the side here and do a little bit of poking. Nothing too crazy. Rattling guns are coming down the hill, and we don't want them to get too close. But I can at least put a few shots into those guys. The reinforcements, once again, have been dealt with. Let's move these archers back into position. The catapults are continuing to move forward, so we need to continue to get out of their way. and move up our line as well. These guys still have not been opened up on. They're doing pretty good damage here, but here comes the artillery. Now we need to move back. Rest of the reinforcements are on the way. We even have a giant here that's doing some swinging. Their reinforcements are here as well, though. We are not alone. Keep that in mind. These guys move up here. I'll just start hitting them. We can get some more free damage in here as well on the left side. Where's the artillery coming from? Let me pause really quick and see if I can spot it. What is this thing? What the... Okay, it's a rat riding a big rat. Here's the artillery. If I can get one of my catapults to hit that, I'd be pretty happy. But we are going to have to push up quite far to facilitate that. So our entire line over here needs to move up as well. And we'll just tell this this catapult yet again to attack that target. And that should be looking okay. That should be looking okay. These guys are not formed up at all. Let's see if we can change that. We are splitting their attention quite well at the moment, actually, and the weaker lord is the one that's currently charging me. And these are all very good things. Very good things. Our leader's moving up as well. Lines are about to clash here. I'm sure this is about to get real spicy. But let's take a quick look at our army down here. We have 2 mounted guys. I feel like our giants are going to be completely obliterated. We do have some boards. We'll put them there. We're going to need units to jump onto these guys pretty quick. I'm actually going to send in any fast units we have to do exactly that. Okay, unpause. Reinforcements once again on the back line. We'll just take care of those as quick as possible. Our catapult did not listen to my order. Let's try to get it out of there. Whatever this is falling on me sucks, though. I don't know where these guys were going. That's frustrating. Our back line of archers should all be able to take care of those summoned rats pretty quickly. Oh, these artilleries are really starting to hurt, though. Oof. I'm going to send my leader to the back to jump on that. And I'm going to start to send these giants forward towards the opposition as well. The summoned units did break. Catapults still hitting that. That's wonderful. Let's get the catapults onto some bigger groups of units, though, especially since our leader was supposed to be on this. Looks like he's been paralyzed, was held in place for quite a while. Being in the air, that makes that even scarier. Looks like more reinforcements might actually be on the way. Here comes the catapult. Is it aimed for him? No, he goes right under it, but it does land true on my archers, hitting them quite hard. Okay, these guys line up here. Shoot leader. How's this going? This actually looks pretty manageable at the moment with this split that we have. I'm going to make sure all of the giants are attacking the enemy opposition, the enemy leadership that's here. These guys can kite a little bit more, but I don't hate what they're doing. We'll try to flank behind with some goblins here and hit them in the back, and that might be enough. Meanwhile, black orcs should definitely be splitting off to fight their own stuff right now, and that looks a-okay. Catapults are being pushed in real hard. This is advancing way different than what I thought it was on what I thought would happen on this side. We're going to try to save some of our archers and just have them reposition really quickly, and maybe that'll be enough. These catapults are dying very quickly, though. Our leader... Oh, we have a wah. We should use it. Definitely use it. I don't think it's going to buy us too much time, but it could help. It definitely help. These catapults still shooting into that. I think that's fine. So our leader has jumped onto one group of the catapults. He's doing pretty good damage over here. We're going to increase his damage even more. Hopefully that won't last too much longer. Checking back in on these side, the giants have kind of surrounded this rat, but it seems like the rat can dive quite well. I'm going to pull one of these giants off and just have them go fight as many units as possible. These black orcs should be doing a pretty good job here as well. And we'll have these archers shoot down onto the opposition. So we're definitely not maiming the entire army, but I might be able to kill the leadership of one to buy us some time. Looks like these summoned units in the back are kind of causing some trouble. I'm going to... Oh, I can't hex individuals, or I can't hex big units like this. It's only individuals. I'm going to buff his speed just so we can get in there a little bit quicker. Now, the level 6 Lord isn't really that much of a threat. We're going to have our Lord jump onto another one of the artillery machines in the very back and hopefully buy us a little bit of time there as well. Checking back in over here, this Lord is still looking pretty healthy, but all of the units nearby much less so. They are currently being pushed off in every direction, which means our flank might work if we move quick. I'm pulling off the Black Orcs and I'm having them move over to that direction. Actually, there were no Black Orcs in that. So let's pull this one back. This giant should be able to kill that. Yeah, all of this should be fine, and we'll even route some heroes back in. Something is on our flank. Was probably a summoned in unit. We're seeing lightning in every direction back here, though. If I can kill off another one of their catapults, I would say that this is okay. Remember, we have a ton more armies moving in for this. So any damage we deal here, like getting those things super weak, is very, very meaningful. I'm going to try to jump in on some missile infantry. Maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe that won't go super great. You guys continue to chase. This enemy lord's actually getting so weak. I hope we don't have a leadership drop off before then. Fire coming down from the high ground, hitting my units really hard here, and there's really not too much I can do to intercept that, except for send in my lord on those warp fire flamethrowers. That would definitely do it. Now, units coming down from the high ground here certainly sucks. Let's flank and try to deal damage to the ratlings. Our units are in the trees, which is going to give them a benefit, but it's a giant. Well, he's a pretty big target. With any luck, we'll be able to break them quickly. These guys over here are doing great as well. It seems as though our flank has been almost completely stopped. The only units still thriving over here are probably our Black Orcs at the moment. So all-out victory is seeming a little out of reach right now, but we've done some pretty good damage so far. Please kill them. Please don't. Just rush him. Just rush him down. This giant should hopefully finish this guy off relatively soon. I'm going to call the other giant in. If I can kill their leadership, that's going to be huge. That's going to be really, really good if I can kill leadership. Let's flank with this. This is fine. You come over here and assist. We might be able to keep pushing. Black Orcs are progressing after the flamethrowers, but just look how much damage those things are doing. It's so much. We're going to up our weapon damage as we come around for the flank. Hitting these guys in the back might be enough to shock them out, and if they try to move, they won't flamethrower again. There is another one currently approaching, though. Seems as though most of my units have been completely obliterated. I'm going to try to keep reinforcing this. Oh, ooh, this... Ooh. We have more flamethrowers coming our way. Here's our WA. Hopefully that'll give us a big leadership bonus. I'm going to start moving my leader now and just try to get him out of the fire. But there's even more flamethrowers coming our way. Oh, this is looking bad. Was that WA enough to kill off this leader? It looks like it was not yet, but he is retreating. We have a lot of ranged units over here actually doing some pretty good damage, but there, I think, is just simply too many rats. Oh, and it looks like even our leader is starting to run away. The flame's too much for them to bear. Boys, kill their leader, kill their leader. Come on. Come on, all units, focus. All units, focus. Kill this leader. Arda, can I get you back? Are you gonna re-rally, Arda? Okay, Arda, you have one job. Land on their leadership and fight them. They won't shoot flamethrowers at their own leader. There's no way. You guys have one job. Get to this guy and fight him. Kill him. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. How much health does this guy have? 286. After that swing, I'm surprised he's not running again. Another massive swing, knocking him back. Oh, I don't think I had time to kill him. Oh, Arda didn't actually fully die. It seems like he might be able to keep that dragon of his. Unless they just advance again and kill him. But actually, that went better than I thought. He did a great job. Yeah, look how weak these units are. They're literally falling back from the area, but we'll be able to cut them off. They won't have anywhere to run. Clan Rictus, in a desperate attempt to stay into this game, goes into the Sentinels and takes down the garrison. These guys are being chased across the desert, though. They're not going to have a lot of time, and it looks like they didn't even stay there. They just wanted to take some damage before they died. Oh, look, are we fighting? This faction has declared war on you. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that right now? Does he have an army here? I don't see one. Kolek, I was literally leaving you alone, you stupid fuck. Clan Ferric, in a desperate attempt to do anything, attacks Ugluk the Orobo and learns why he got that name. These guys are out of the game. Artifulatif is going to underway himself over towards the Black Fortress. This is one of our recruiting hubs. He can't take residence right now, but he'll be able to remass an army pretty quickly. And this place is actually pretty built up as well, so we should have no problem getting these guys back up in fighting shape. Meanwhile, Grizguts has been closing in on these dirty rats. And I'm just going to literally move in right behind them. If they want to attack me, they are more than welcome to. I think I can win with that army. Ugrok is going to look to the east and continue to chase after the Clan Rictus rats that have been evading us over here. This is their only marching army, and their only settlement is over here by Grimgore, who is moving into Mount Silverspear for a decisive victory against only garrison defenses. We are once again going to loot and occupy. Argor and Zok are going to march east towards the Clan Rictus refugee. This guy should start taking attrition damage every turn, if I'm not mistaken. If they do still have a settlement, we would be able to see it here. And it looks like they do, actually. They do still have one settlement somewhere. We could call peace with these guys, but I don't think that's necessary. They have to be in this cluster of Skaven down here somewhere, so we'll find them eventually. I'm not letting clan wars get away with what they've been getting away with, too. And actually, it looks like Nurgle is finally on the move to defend his own territory. Look at that. Good job, Kugak. I'm very proud of you. Speaking of defending our own territory, I do not see Kolek yet. However, his little henchman is moving towards us right now. We do have an army relatively close with Uglok the Orobo way up north, but it's going to take him a few days to get back down there, to be honest. So we should probably start marching him right now. Are you guys friends with them? He has a trade agreement with the Everchosen. I mean, that's fine. I was hoping I could get military access to his lands and just walk out of here. I don't know why I can't. I don't know why that wasn't an option. Maybe he's like a vassal or something, but I think that would have shown. So, we at least have a plan to defend home. We're also making a fair bit of money, to be honest. We could start recruiting another lord over here if we wanted. I have an army. Does this guy have? Mix of tier 2s and 1s is all we can see so far. It's going to take forever for me to recruit a new fresh army, to be honest. I really don't think that's too much of an option there. And with that, I've hit the end of turn 99. A lot of things in motion. The end of the campaign draws near, assuming I can clean up a few things relatively quickly. And with any luck, we'll be celebrating a victory next time. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed. See you again very soon.